What is up, everybody? Everybody. Gotta just shut my door here. There we go. There we go. What is good, everybody? And welcome to the stream today. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. Hopefully everyone's doing good on this fine day. Figure we do some Omega testing and talk about DDD that's coming out. DDD's pretty sweet, if you ask me. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts of the format. It's going good, Ingle. It's going good. Just getting ready. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts of the format. My opinion kind of is still the same, but it's like gotten better, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't agree with the turn zero interaction, the direction the game is going. I think that if, you know, like it's Yu-Gi-Oh! Was always from the very beginning, it was designed to be your turn, my turn. Then it's eased into hand traps where you have certain hand trap like cards to slow down the opponent, to now where it's like turn zero stuff being played, which isn't, but now the turn zero stuff, the only turn zero deck that I think is that truly an issue is Vanquish Soul. I think Holly Sue is literally the craziest card for turn zero interaction a deck could have, like truly. So I think if they like, no, Konami, they won't do it, but I think if they limit the design, I think Labyrinth did it very good. Labyrinth was like one of the, I think Labyrinth did a fantastic job of turn zero decks and stuff like that. I think being able to pitch a card, to set a card, and then it's a trap card, and then you have to have like a third card in your hand to be able to activate it, you know, like a Coup Clock and the Butler and stuff like that. I think that's correct design when you're trying to promote turn zero interaction. So if they could just, you know, iterate that into the game, I guess, into other strategies, like it'd be a lot more fair. But Holly Sue's just wild. And then you pair Holly Sue along with the K9 cards, like in conjunction with, you know, then it's just insane. Then it's like too much for a deck playing on its turn one to be able to even play through. Because essentially, Holly Sue at worst is a snatch deal. At best, it's like a ogre, right, for two monsters. Or just not, well, one monster and then one card on the field, because essentially if you resolve Holy Sue, you get access to Raisin to blow a column, then you get access to Caesar to destroy one card on the field, which is kind of insane when you think about it. But I guess the argument with all these hand traps, even with Holly Sue and the Izuna card, is just ash it, bro. I agree. I 100% agree. But I think, like, so, hey, actually, do I have tinfoil in my kitchen? I might go grab some tinfoil, wrap my tinfoil hat on. I think that the format's only better now is because of those, but like it's only good because the power level of the Justice Hunters decks are able to keep the old decks like Ryziel, Malice, Mitsurugi strategies in check. They're not any better. They're still as strong and powerful, and they still are able to beat the Justice Hunter decks. It's just now we had 3 new decks brought into the format to make it seem diverse, but now it's just like you still have the 6 best decks, if that makes sense. Malice, Mitsurugi, Ryziel. Malice can kind of be its own thing, right? Because it's can't really be Cyverse locked. It's probably, in my opinion, I prefer Malice over the other 2 decks, which are just splashable, crazy stuff. But the other 2 decks can be diverged into different strategies, right? But their power level is still the same. They still do the toxic, the most generic stuff. You know, they're still like, they have their issues are still there. It's just Justice Hunters brought out these 3 new decks, which power levels are equal to or same. So it's not like the OCG where Vanquish Soul K9 is the best deck out there, even though it's close over here. I think if I remember looking at the YGO Pro deck, it's close, but not by like a huge margin. It's because like these other 3 decks are still in power. I would like to, so like here's the thing, right? Is like if Konami comes through after Worlds and does a ban list, we're gonna get some issues. Because if we should, depending on what they do, right? If they come through and they end up banning and hitting like Malice, Ryziel, Mitsurugi, and all that stuff that probably should have already been hit. But for some, Konami, TCG just makes me so mad because they they drag their feet on the ban list, and it just makes me so infuriating. I think decks deserve to be hit when they're like too good. You know what I mean? Like decks deserve it. But they drag their feet, and it's like, oh well, we power crept the deck, so now we won't hit it, but it's still gonna sit there and lurk. You know what I mean? But if they come through and they smack like Ryziel, Mitsurugi, and Malice, like probably they like the OCG did, or like they plan to do, whatever like tinfoil thing you have on, you're going to see the same OCG format that we have over there is like Malice, Yummy, Draco Tell and stuff. But it is. Mitsu will probably not get hit. I don't foresee it getting hit, even though I think it should. I don't think Mitsu should get hit. I think King of the Feral Imp should get hit. I think if you look at all these like generic engines that have issues that people complain about that are really kind of like stale in a way, like just like, oh, you're doing this, always have a bridge, like Closed Moon for Fiendsmith, even though like Fiendsmith ain't that big of a problem, I still think that not every deck should have access to a strategy like that. Mitsurugi is really just the Feral Imps, right? So like if you go through and hit the Feral Imps, which sucks to hit the Feral Imps, but then all of a sudden that bridging stops. But I don't think playing a turn 0 is bad, it's just getting used to Yummy doesn't have that function, and that does just fine. That is actually a very good point. But it does just fine, but even in a vacuum, if the turn 0 of, what do you call it, but also a good thing to note is Yummy also has access to some cards that literally not every deck has access to. Like, I'd say Obedience School, but that's in the same pocket that we can talk about. If you playing against Yummy, I literally watched on stream the other day where a guy normal summon Cupsy, used the effect. The man literally went Holly Sue to the effect, lined up Raisin, blew the column, searched out the Surprise, the Reborn back, and then chain Caesar. Caesar popped the normal summon of the Yummy, and then the Yummy guy couldn't play because the body was gone. So, like, Yummy, even though it's so powerful, still in like, average hands, falls victim to everything. Right? So it's just like, even though... Ooh, I just realized my chat box is... There we go. Yeah, so... I agree. I don't think that... So I agree with you in the fact to push new product. I don't think every old deck should be... But that's like the argument to hit them, right? Outside of like, hey, these decks are insanely good. Is that to push new product. I don't agree with that either. I think that's... I hate that the fact that Konami will hit certain decks to push other decks, which is why I could see... I saw someone bring up that Fiendsmith isn't going to get hit, but the likelihood of it to get hit is because it's just it's a cheaper splashable engine, and they want K9 to be that splashable engine. So like potentially these decks that could be like these engines like Fiendsmith, and maybe you could throw in like Mitsu, because Mitsu is a pure deck on its own, but it's splashable as well. Could be seeing those bridges being hit to cause them not to be played in other decks, so people are more inclined to play the K9 cards. Which I think K9 Izuna is essentially just like a, kind of in a way, like a better Gamma Driver thing. I say it today, Obedience School will be at 1. Possibly, my man Emmanuel. I think that is a pretty crazy card. Summon 3 from the deck. I don't think Konami's ever let something that does that exist for a while. But my opinion, if turn 0 interaction is, like, you know, fairish in a way. I'm not saying super fair, because it has to do some broken stuff. But if it's, because like if you look at it just, so like Izuna, and I'm gonna die on the hill with Holly Sue, but it does more than just disrupt your plays. It literally puts a body on the field that if the opponent cannot solve, you start your turn with now a fresh body on the field, and that's crazy when you look in the eyes of Holly Sue. But not every card that's like Holly Sue specific, right? And I love Vanquish Soul, but like Holly Sue's just this abnormality as like one of the first turn 0 hand traps we got, right? So like she's just in the spotlight of like, hey, for Vanquish Soul, she's insane for her. You know what I mean? So like as long as the future support, if they decide to do turn 0 interaction, whether it be support for older decks, whether it be what's a good way to new support coming out for certain decks, as long as they keep it chilled down a little bit, I'm okay with turn 0 interaction. I'm okay with, I think the Killer Tune deck has a turn 0 synchro, right? It's like, I'm okay with synchro summoning my opponent's turn to summon a pop. That way, you know, I didn't open no Ash, no Imperm, or maybe I opened just Ash, Imperm, and these cards. Like, I'm able to not only cause a disruption, but give me like a certain follow-up for my turn 1 playing into an opponent's board that was able to eat through these low-impact hand traps. Like, I'm okay for that. As long as it's not super, but like I said, like that just bias also. I've seen Killer Tune, I've read a few of the cards, and then I've heard, of course, like the whole talk about them, you know, that they're like turn 0 synchro summon. But I think like looking at what they can synchro summon into, the only card they can make is like a pop, right? Or like a negate or something like that, which I think that's okay. But again, like the turn 0 interaction that I think that people like seem to look over is the fact that like if your deck does not disrupt or spot removal or have the possibility of spot removal on its climb through its combo board, your opponent starts their turn with the body on the field, which in today's modern Yu-Gi-Oh is huge. Like, literally, that's half of an SP. Like, literally, you special summon a monster, make a link without starting a chain, right? And then you just, bam, SP, and then SP solves 2 cards immediately by just having the 1 free body on the field. You know what I mean? So, but we'll see what happens. I, however, am not too upset with the current format. Played a lot of it. I've been playing Draco Tales too, which maybe have like changed my opinion of it. But Draco Tales kind of wild. Low to the ceiling. That's kind of like my biggest complaint about it. Is like, for me, it's too low. Its ceiling's too low. The amount of interaction it has is very back and forth, fast paced, which I like. Yeah. But that's what makes it a tier 1 deck. But like what I'm trying to say is like Vanquish Soul could have, like, Holly Sue could have just literally summoned herself on the field, and it almost would have been like insane, because then, like, I mean, of course, like the deck build would change, right? Because then you're trying to do something like with Caesar, you're trying to, you know what I mean? But yeah, every tier 0 deck has something that's kind of unfair, but a lot of these tier 0 decks, like, there's not just one thing that's unfair with like Vanquish Soul too. Like, that's the thing, is like what made Vanquish Soul really go good prior to Holly Sue was their quick effect in the hands and having the ability to dodge the targeting effects. And that will do a lot. Just wait, DDD with 16 staples will destroy all. I've been testing a lot of DDD, and I struggle with like online testing in a way. Like, I can sit here and I can like think and stuff like that, but I really thrive when I have the physical cards in my hand, when I can sit down, I can sit and go through test hands scenarios in my head, like in person. But the list I have for DDD, I mean, that deck's actually kind of crazy too. I think that a lot of people are the deck is not gonna live or die by Gilgamesh anymore. And I think a lot of people are gonna think that they're gonna throw their one Effect Veiler or one Impermanent Gilgamesh and then be like, yep, stopped ya. And then you just play on. But that deck's kind of wild. But yeah, like I said, it's only a matter of time. Like, I think that, I don't know, man. If I was to go through, I think Holly Sue is, you could almost, I don't know, man. My bias says limit that damn card, because that's insane that they can. Because every Vanquish Soul player is gonna look and tell you, oh, you don't get to turn 0 play that often, and then literally it happens like almost 1 to 2 out of every games they play. It's actually quite insane. And then you throw Ash at Holly Sue on your turn, and if you don't solve Holly Sue, they just do it again. Yeah, so Vanquish, you're absolutely right. Vanquish Soul is like, it's only broken, dude, if you open the Holly Sue. That's been, I think, a few streams ago I brought up that if they don't see Holly Sue, the deck feels very fair. And that's arguably the same thing with Draco Tail. I feel like if Draco Tail don't open the Find Mama, if you ain't fusing on the turn 0, like, Draco Tail is like insanely fair too. It's those turn 0, it's like, but even, I still think that arguably, who's worse, man? Who's worse, chat? You think Find Mama fusing or Holly Sue's like more powerful? Because, like, if you Find Mama fuse, you're not only getting to have the possibility to bounce cards your opponent just played, you have the ability to set your like traps and your engines on your turn 0. So again, like, if a deck doesn't have the ability to like pop or destroy cards as it builds its boards, your opponent just gets all these crazy resources. But yeah, chat, what do you think? What do you think, guys? Holly Sue or Find Mama? Which one's worse? I think if you read, it depends on the context, right? They're both pretty insane, but I feel like you take out the context of the cards, right? Like what they're doing, because Find Mama is only as good as like what you can fusion someone with it, right? So if you don't open no Draco Tails, and then like, what are you fusing for, right? If you know what I mean? So it's like Holly Sue, they're both actually, no, you're absolutely right. They're all in the same thing. You can special summon Holly Sue, right? But if you don't have the right attributes, it's just the body. Same thing with Find Mama. You can fuse, but if you don't have like Draco Tail fusions, like, what are you fusing for? I think Holly Sue having like 3 I think that's just crazy that Holly Sue like special summons herself, which is really cool. I'm kind of interested in why they stepped away from the targeting to bounce back. Like, I understand that like they already had the Earth Caesar, but it's like interesting that Zhao Long wasn't a target bounce back to hand effect too. Like I said, like I just Vanquish Soul's good until you get the turn 0 Holly Sue shenanigan. I think that's what it does that's broken, right? Like Joe Jose said a little bit earlier, every deck has to do something that's broken, and the most broken thing that Vanquish Soul does, in my opinion, is play Holly Sue on your turn 0. Which then again, like Draco Tail, I guess, like it's just maybe the most broken thing Draco Tail can do to you is fuse on your turn 0 on your turn 1 too, which is okay, but that's like the most broken thing it does. Outside of that, it feels like all the cards are okay. They're fair because they require more than one card to work. All right, so I'm going to argue with I'll argue that because I tried to justify it too. Because it's like, oh, well, they require 3 cards to work. Well, Vanquish Soul's like, almost every Vanquish Soul deck list is like built, and I think it was Santoli broke it down. So it's like, you have such a percentage to always open the right attributes. So that's why, like, it takes 3 cards to work, right? Because essentially it takes one, you have to open a Vanquish Soul name to reveal for Holly Sue, then you have to have the right 2 attributes. But the crazy thing with Holly Sue is it's like, unless you open, like if you open a bad hand with no attributes, you're not summoning Holly Sue. You know what I mean? Like there's no point turn 0 to summon Holly Sue if you don't have the right attributes, unless you're hoping to draw into the correct attribute, right? But Holly Sue is either a Snatch Steal, which is pretty wild in its own, a non-targeting Snatch Steal, I think. And then it's also the summon from the deck, which that's where it gets crazy. Is like when you summon out Raisin search you Caesar, Raisin blow a column, Caesar bounce back Holly Sue, reveal the Ash Blossom, the Holly Sue, and then the Mad Love you have in your hand, and then you blow another card. So it's they do require a lot, and Vanquish Soul like has this mirage of like, since they have to show you what's in their hand to play, it's like, oh, this is makes you give that fake security of like, oh, this feels better. I know what's in your hand, but it's like, oh, great. I know that pretty much essentially 2 non-targeting pops are going to like come on my turn 0. It's like Ogre, right? But like a little bit worse. Oh, no, excuse me. It's a little bit better than Ogre. Like 2 Ogres are going to come my way. And it's like you got to try and play through it, and just a lot of decks arguably just can't do it. Even the best, like I just said, Yummy. Like I said, I just watched the stream the other day. The Yummy, which is one of the best decks, can't play through sometimes can't play through the Vanquish Soul double pop. But also, again, it's a very hand dependent, right? Like I feel like Yummy could if they like forced out stuff. What about the one are you to play? I think today we're just gonna stream, do some Omega. Do some Omega over here. And just get that over here and do some Omega. Talk about some DOOD, because I have some DDD deck list here. I think like even to argue like this deck has so many 1-card starters, and I feel like if your deck can play in Impulse, you're in a better stance. Yeah, there you go. That's a perfect way to put it, Ender, is you know their hand, but there's nothing you can do about it. And you're just like, oh. But I feel like if your deck can play Impulse, you should probably try and fit it in, which is what I was thinking on doing on the Infernoble list that we'll probably grind the latter day with that, since, DOOD's not legal yet. Because, yeah, we'll grind that. But your deck should probably play Impulse, just because you just need to build things to beat those cards. Like, I need to change it because I changed my IRL deck list, of course. But I would move to Dropless because I think Dropless is just better, especially in the turn 0 stuff, right? If you open like Inperm and stuff like that, you can't really do anything. You know what I mean? Like it's dead, right? So if you start your play and they go Azuna effect, right? And Inperm Azuna, so Dropless just is a little bit more responsive to that stuff, and it's also a good board breaker going second. But yeah, this is the DDD list. I don't know if Rage is needed, but it just is like an automatic like turn off for hand traps. So like I've been testing it a little bit. However, I think the deck is potentially nutty enough that you don't need it. This card, Zero Machinexes, she's wild, man. She's insane to be able to do stuff. But this is what I'm talking about. Like, if you get turn 0 interacted and like they put a body on the field, like the fact that as you build your board, you now have the ability to summon this and destroy one card on the field, like that's good. Like maybe that's what we'll see is like a counter design to turn 0 interaction, is like more decks will get spot removal in their combo sequence. Chalice is really good as well. It's just like, yeah, like Imperm just doesn't. If you're playing turn 0 and they like summon it, like that's the thing, right? To argue even about Holly Soon Azuna, right? Ash them. Have, like, you know, play cards that can interact with them when they interact with you. Does it feel good wasting your Ash on Azuna? No, it does not. Does it feel good wasting your Ash on Holly Sue? No, it does not. But you're able, the board you'll put up should be big enough to like stop those decks from playing, I think. You need support for 2 weeks. Fu is dangerous. And we can. I actually saw a video in the comment section talking that Droll should be played. The only issue is that you potentially run a conflict with the Impulse, and I know it don't come up a lot. I have terrible luck, so it come up a lot. Your Impulse already conflicts with Fua, and I don't agree. I don't ever like throwing Fua first with Impulse because I like to get max value on my Fua, if that makes sense. I hate throwing it frame 1 and my opponent being able to think through their lines of play and then only give me 1 draw because they got time to think. I much prefer to throw Fua when they've already dedicated resources to a field, so they're committed to it. So then you're guaranteed to get a draw to 2 draws. Whereas like Impulse if you open Impulse and Fua, it puts you on. You have to throw Fua frame 1, then Impulse the second thing, which isn't like, you know, terrible, but it's just like a thing, my opinion. I hate the whole. I think it's we're starting to see less of it now, but it was like last format where it was like 3 Perilia, 3 Fua, 3 Droll, and then like, what's the whole point of throwing a Perilia and a Fua and then get 1 draw and then Droll? You know what I mean? Like, that's just counterproductive. These cards are supposed to draw you into cards. Droll is supposed to stop your opponent from adding. It puts you in a difficult situation of, are you greedy or are you not? And then at the point of, if you Droll them, like, I've watched a few players get Fua'd and be like, oh no, so they think about it and they start to play, and the line they play doesn't search anymore, and they get Drolled, like, after they give them 2 draws, and then now that they're no longer under Fua because of the Droll, they play and put up a whole board. Whereas Fua checked them, and now the Droll doesn't. Now, not every deck is like that, right? Like, every deck is not built that way. There's some decks that just get folded by Fua and folded by Droll, and I still don't know how I feel about playing into this card. Because most hand traps are 1, right? Like, they can only ask you once. You can only impulse me once. You can imperm me multiple times. And nib, right? So I'm still conflicted. I need to figure out, like, sit down and meditate in a waterfall and figure out, do you play conservatively into these cards, or do you just... Because I found if you bounce between play conservatively or just send it, you'll never be able to fully dedicate to what you're going to do, and then you're just going to eat... You're going to always choose the wrong option at the time. Like, should I play into Fua? No, hang your resources back. Don't play into it. Since you didn't play into it, your board's mediocre. You get cracked. Okay, should I hold back resources or should I full send? I'm going to full send it. All right, they drew Nib. Zero King, Dark Contract. Yeah. This card is insane. This deck is just so cool, man. It has so many 1-card combos, and like I said, I don't think Rage, I'm indifferent. This card literally says, you know, no card effects can be activated in the hand, so it's like a failsafe before you commit to your combo, so that's why I think it should be played. But I think like a standard line, like you go like here with Kepler. Kepler brings you out like Copernicus. I think Copernicus dumps something, and then like you could also, depending on your hand, if you open like Griffin, right, you could just go like normal summon. You summon out the Rage, and then Rage Tribute. No monster effects, no card effects can activate in the hand. And then all of a sudden it's just free. You know what I mean? I don't see why no one wouldn't play this card. I can understand trying to trim down the fat, but it's also a scale 0, which is kind of nice. But I don't know if it's needed per se. I saw a list today that wasn't playing Thomas, and I think they're wild. I think they're literally wild, and the combo sequence they were playing did the same thing that the normal 1-card combo, which I don't know if it's a normal, but like a 1-card combo does, with just way too many steps. And like they fell victim to Nib. Like the combo I watched, I think it was by Top deck Yu-Gi-Oh or something like that. He's like, this is your 5th summon. Okay, well, the normal combo, if you just play the Thomas, which doesn't hinder you, it benefits you, its utility, would put you right under nib protection. Which, it's not just nib protection, it's hand trap protection, essentially. But, like, nib might see some stuff coming back, but... Yeah, this is a list that I've been kind of, like, tinkering around and testing. Once I get the cards in my hand, we'll do, like, maybe, like, a long stream and do, like, test hand combo sequencing and stuff like that and discuss it, but... I love decks that have, like, at least one card that says discard a card and summon itself. Especially, like, when you have, like, cards you want to discard to the grave. Like the Slime, like the Lance Soldier. Like, it just... It's pretty cool, in my opinion. I like cards like this. That's why I'm a big fan of, like... that's why I really like Mermill, too. What up, Dial? I like Mermill because, like, I like just discard summon effects, I guess. And almost every deck I play almost has one in a way, right? Like, DDD and then Infernoble has, Oliver, but... We'll go here and... go hit some online play. Oh, don't want to be casual. We want to join the ranked. There we go. Which Ragnarok? Because there's like 3 of them. Oh, I have him right here. He's right here. Yeah, I know which one you're talking about now. Rock Gang. The Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok. Alright, so, well... Pretty okay hand. Let's fire this off here. Go ahead and search. Really? That is so wild. Ash Rhoda. Wow. Must be playing against a Blue Eyes player. I like heroes. Let's see here. Let's just... That's wild. Man literally did the first thing he saw. This has to be Blue Eyes, I feel like. It's yummy. Uh-oh, we might be cooked here. I didn't even change. Yeah, well... Throw this. Could have asked for a better draw, I guess. Wow. And you know what's crazy, dude, is that frickin'... It's 600. My poor Renata is 5. How big is Anima? Jesus Christ. This might just be enough to solo me. One goofy-ass cat. He had surprise. Wow. Wow. Why wouldn't you just bring this out and... Why go battle? I'm just curious. What was the point? Why not? But now I get cooked. Because this will be a quick effect. I drew arguably the best card I could have drawn here. Once per turn. Quick effect. Okay. So. We'll see if we can play through it here. Are you serious? Wild. Let's see here. On these cards, we only use each effect on any target too. I feel like we just go... I mean, we really don't have much of an option here. That's literally insane. That's, hate variants. I hate cards like this too. You put them on, I don't hate the card, but I hate my luck with cards like this. Like, put them on, better have it. They always got it, man. Always got it. And this guy can just quick effect. Here he can, yep, Book of Moon me. I think one's a Book of Moon. Yeah, so it's I don't hate the card, because the card is not that bad, right? It's just, yeah, I hate the instance in which it's used. It's like, of course they have it, right? Yeah, we'll just go to the next one. And say my hand was insanely good. He just had the... What can I say? He opened better. Let's see here. We're going first, which means we gotta side out these guys. Or let me just swap these in. Finish. I think that's pretty... I think it's kind of cool that they can tag out and, like... So, like, in targeting effects, right? They just bob and weave out. But most of the time, like, you can ash them. And those cards, like, even as crazy as they are, at least, like, that's why, like, Fenrir... I should have cited in Fenrir. That's why, like, Fenrir cooks them, is because, like, as long as you don't activate anything... Except for the Link 1, right? The Link 1 is the only one that activates as a quick effect. So, like, most of the time, like, the Synchros can't tag out. But it's that feels will that boosts them, too. Ooh. We'll try again. I see the one of... God almighty. We're just cooked here, actually, chat. Just cooked. And we do... Let's see. And they're all Beast Warriors. Not be, they're all just Beast too. I don't know why I thought this would be a good side-in. I mean, maybe I activate... I almost... If I didn't open... Like, what are the chances, man? Like, literally, all these are one-ofs. I gotta love simulators, man. So, like, I could normal this. Actually, no, yeah, I got combo. I do have a combo. Is it a good one? I don't think so. I don't have a combo because I'm an idiot. Never mind. Never mind, chat. I like DDD. Mellow, I like it. Yeah, I thought... Man. I think maybe just normal summon this. Make this. And then end phase. I, for some reason, was thinking that the Link 1 was a different thing. That would have been good. So, yeah, not even worth setting that. Obedience School. Wow. Yeah, we're just gonna get cooked here. Yeah, there's no point. Yep, no point. That's wild, man. I can't believe that I gotta love the game, dude. Gotta love the game. Yeah, man, I just saw Mello. Yeah, maybe Isolde will come back, right? I think she's long gone over for us over here in the TCJ. But maybe one day. Well. Again, Ricciardetto, man. Let's see what happens here. I don't want to lose to a Droll, so... Well, go figure they didn't have it. here. I'm gonna do a risky type of play. Don't know if it's right. Hey, yeah, Brandon, how's work going, brother? And then we'll see if we can chain her effect. Here. Okay, so we can equip, move forward. I could potentially, maybe there's a way for me to get double Charles. Use that, pitch that, link into the... Not warrior locked yet. I mean, no matter what, I play into Nib. I'm already in Nib territory now, but I just don't want to follow... Actually, there's a way to play around Nib, actually. Hold up, I think. Kind of. I think there's kind of a way, right? We'll try it. Go here. Because we can just make... There it is. Sweet. Okay. Okay. And then, let's see here. Special. Activate to equip. Special out. Just try and run through this as quick as I can. And then... And I can make SP here if I wanted to, but I think I'm just going to try and go for more disruptions. And then we'll go ahead and do that. Clip to that. Set. Yeah, but yep, okay. Okay. Ended up, could have played through the Nib there, but I was getting a little greedy, I think. I've been cooking with K9 list that might bring Friday instead of Vaquersoul. Do it, man. I've even thought about it because I like the K9 and like the form. I like it as, it's essentially just Gamma, right? And I remember back in the day we played Gamma. Blue eyes, dude. Oh. Barrel. Maiden on top of it all. Let's go. That's fine. I should have put this in attack. I don't know what I was thinking. We'll summon out the maiden. Yeah, and then we'll... Dude just is keeping on going. Let's just go ahead and get on out of here. They had a Draco Tillis, I just decided Azuna for going second. I drew Fula, sweet. Ugh. I saw, like, I mean, it's essentially, to me, like, I've tried to view it, it's like it's a gamma, right? Yeah, he can go whack, whack. I just kind of sort of viewed it's a gamma, and, like, back in the day, you could play, like, you know, Omega with it, right? So, like, in my opinion, it's just a better gamma driver package. I wish, oh man, what I kind of would be kind of cool is I wish that it didn't, what I'm trying to say, I wish that it had a, the rank 5 Artorgus. I wish the rank 5 Artorgus wasn't, like, warrior, you know? Alright. Oh, so what a fantastic draw. Alright, well, now we cook them. True Light, that's fine, man. That's not gonna resolve, sadly. I gotta just kind of think this through. So normal summon. Use the effect. Effect Veiler. I feel like we just, if that's his card, we know everything. Why wouldn't we just negate this? I feel like I just make Charles. And I just have like a one-punch line here, I think. Yeah, we just send this. Yeah, okay. Yep. Okay, so we know he's playing Blue Eyes, so let's see here. We can take these out, put in these. I wonder if Droll cooks him as much as I wonder if Droll cooks him as much as I think it does. And see, like, I should side in, yeah, you're right. But I think, but doesn't, what is it? Isn't the, yeah, we're close. I'd have to look up the Artorgus. I mean, I don't even know if, like, it'd be worth it, but it'd be kind of, like, cool. So let's see here. We put in this. I know I'm going second. I can put in, is Droll good against this deck, I wonder? Droll is good against Blue Eyes, I feel like. But I want to put in the Salamandra, the I can't think of the name. The equip spell, so when I know that I go second. we'll throw this here. Surely he'll link into Spirit, give me at least a draw. Draw 2. Now see, of course, like when I activate draw 2, I get purged. But when he goes, I don't have an Ash in sight. No. Yeah, we'll throw Perilia now. Wild, drew call by. Talents into call by, that's crazy. But at least we should be getting at least 1 or 2 more draws, which is okay. But yeah, I want to try to play the fusion spell because I wanted, like, going second, that ultimate flame. It's just trying to find the right side decking patterns. And that's like really the issue. Alright, so he's gonna have the non-targeting pop. Crazy, dude. Simulators and their, like, algorithm interests me to this day. I'll probably draw Droll for turn or draw Droll for my next card. It'll be wild. Sweet. Another effect trailer. Which, I mean, that's not terrible, but it is something, right? Alright, so he's just passing on, so... Okay, another Imperm, great. I have heard domain format, actually. I have. You're not gonna... Sweet, nope, he's gonna give me 2 more draws, I think. Wait, never mind. 1 more draw. He brought that back from the graveyard. This is going to be difficult to crack, that's for sure. Perilia again. Okay. Alright. Yep, no, it would be nice if it was another Fua, but nope, of course I draw Perilia. Blue Eyes gives me, like, old school Salad vibes, but, like, it gives me, like, I like this deck a lot better than, like, old school Salad, because Salad was, like, totally dependent on the non-engine it draws, whereas this deck, even if it draws no non-engine, like, it still ends on... I think it ends on, like, a pretty decent board. Let's see here, we can't call by the grave this, but let's eat Ash. Yep, checks out. I thought this could only negate stuff on the card activate. Yep, and it did activate on field. Okay. So let's normal summon this here. I wonder what his other set is. Oh. Okay. Hope we make it here. Now, if this is Ash, I was about to say he's cooked. That's probably Effect Veiler, to be honest with you. No, it's not. Okay. Oh, yeah. It's probably a chinky Effect Veiler up there that you're going to hit me. I wonder what this is. Probably an Imperm, maybe? Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Yeah, we'll keep trying. And then that's a wrap. Okay. So, let's see here. We're going first. So we know to side out these. Put back in these. So we put in these 6. They only summon light, so that's okay. That should be good enough, I think. There we go. Because I think Domain, isn't that pretty much like Magic the Gathering's, like their, commander? Wild man, okay. Okay, think we go here. Just so you guys know, we've seen Ricardetto, like, we've played, this is like our 5th game, right? We've seen Ricardetto 3 out of 5 games. Wild. See if he wants to purge or Ash. Oh, so he's one of those guys. See, like, what the hell, dude? Like, I like both of my one-ofs, but, like, literally him, this, and that, and... Ugh, see, don't let simulators... Do not ever let simulators upset you, because this is ridiculous. This should not happen this often. I just now noticed that right there, so let's see if we can add that. It's playing under Fua. We can add that. And maybe we can just try and go, give him 2 draws and try to pick up a draw ourselves and draw into like a hand trap, maybe? I don't know. Add this, special, or add this. Yeah, that Fua kind of almost just cooks us here. Let's go and activate this. So let's go here. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, I'm giving him a lot of draws. Alright, chat, we're sending it. I don't care. Because we're going to give him a lot of draws no matter what. I hope he throws Effect Veiler on this. Yeah, he's going to get quite a few draws. In perm? Okay. Let's see here. So what are we sending to graveyard? This. Special summon out Roland. Well, that pretty much guarantees that's pretty decent, I think. Alright, what else do you have? You have a Nibiru up here for me as well? No, nothing yet. Okay. Yeah, Fu is rough with this deck. We gotta Singleton format with a commander, which we can call a deck. Mastermind, of course, is Renault. And don't you get to play? Yeah, I've heard of it a few times. It seems pretty cool. Maybe that's something we should do for stream. We should try it. I'm gonna add this for now. Got him with a droll now, probably. Droll would be pretty decent. See, there's just so many different, like, particular avenues. Yeah, but, Fua, man. Fua. So I can activate this. Let's go ahead and equip this to that. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm only in 4th. He can't nib me yet. At least I don't think so, right? 1, 2, 3, yeah. He must have something. Something other. Maybe like another imperm or something. Doing good, Bruce Wayne, doing good. I mean, I like the idea of it. Maybe that's something we should do. Maybe that's something we do on stream. We could do like a remote dual domain or something, or do something like that. He's gonna throw effect veiler imperm on this, probably. Imperm. Okay. Alright, so let's see here. Okay. I just gotta rush through this. I'm probably gonna... He's gonna get like at least 3 more draws off me. And let's see here. There's got to be a way for me to go up into... I should be able to get a pick up a card. You know, we're just doing it. We're gonna lose to a nib no matter what. No, this isn't the build with Rev Synchron. Alright, so I think I can just go up here. We go chain link 1 this, we don't get belled. Target this. And then chain link this. This isn't the build with Rev Synchron. We're just doing our best. Maybe I'll draw into like a good hand trap or something, you know? Here's probably where he throws Nibiru, actually. And then we just gotta hope. No Ash in that? Okay, well. Yeah, let's just go ahead and banish. Fua. No end phase, I guess. He did not draw Nib, which is interesting. So let's equip this. I want to get greedy here. I should probably equip Oliver just so he doesn't top deck the Imperm, right? And just Imperm my... Nah, we're going to do it that way. We're trying to win here. I wanted to equip Malgus so I could shuffle back and draw. So, but we'll be alright. Draw and then, like, potentially Ash the Witch. But, like, essentially, I don't know what we do here. Super poly. God, I love Yu-Gi-Oh, dude. Love Yu-Gi-Oh. Okay. Love it. We'll keep trying. Maybe I'll draw a hand trap. Well, that's actually pretty good. But he's probably open broken, actually. I mean, he drew so many cards. There's no way. I doesn't expect double super poly. That's his normal summon, huh? Yeah, that's fine. I'm just gonna wing it, dude. Just because that's a worm. Okay, that's his normal summon. So like, if he activates the field spell, I'm cooked. Drill beam. That's okay. Oh, I could have drolled there. I was taking a drink and right click too quick. He goes, wishes, I'm schooled. Misclicks for days, man. Jesus Christ. Do it now, I guess. Lord have mercy. Jesus, Lord. It's wild that I didn't draw. God dang it, dude. Have you guys seen that? It's like a TikTok, and it's like the dad. He's like putting on a light thing, and he's like all happy, and then the light breaks. Like, I hate this fucking house. That's when when too many things start going wrong. I hate this fucking game. I hate this fucking game with a passion. I mean, we still might be okay. Very loosely okay. Never mind, that'll do it. Yeah, that'll do it. That kills the follow-up. Yeah. We'll just leave and keep going. I should have drolled after. The drill beam would have solved my Eclipse spell, man, but I should have just drolled. I don't know why. I was taking a drink and I right-clicked. My bad. I have the toggle on, so I can toggle on anything, because the one time I had to toggle off, I wasn't able to chain nothing. No, dude, he got so many draws off me, it was insane. Maybe I'll get lucky and draw like my good hand traps, and I've been able to win every rock, paper, scissors, but I just get hosed on. Okay. Barely playable hand, but we'll take it. We did draw a cross out. So we'll take it. Ooh, get that out of here. Resolution draw. However, so it makes you wonder, man. Probably this guy, Wolf Primes, tried to foo all damn day, and his damn foo can't resolve. So this is just a bare bone minimum combo here that we're gonna try and do. Well, I goofed it up already. Ugh. Supposed to grab Almus to get access to Gearfried, so now we gotta do this differently. No point in sending Gearfried, so we'll just send this. Send that. Use that to get a book. It's alright, though. I don't have Droll. I don't play Droll in the main deck anyway. So that was the reason. So that was my thought. Why Ash, like, cross it out so that way if I do, so I hold the Ash if they do have Droll. Alright, well, they haven't... They haven't smoked me with Nib yet. They're just waiting. I don't like... Yeah, I'm not a big fan of playing any chummies with Droll. So, but Droll's in the side, so I can side it out. But again, it's like one of those things, like, I don't agree with it, but then I'm going to side it in just because it's such a good card going second. No, I think we just make an SP. Make an SP. I mean, there should be a Gearfried here, but it's okay. Set this. End phase. Bring back Angelica. Use this guy. Pick up this, and then we'll actually pick up our... There we go. So, I mean, that's not too bad, even though I goofed and didn't like I said, access to Gearfried. Let's see what we're playing against, though. See what we get here. He's thinking hard. Rhoda. I'm not going to just throw Ash at Rhoda. I feel like that's... Someone earlier, actually, Rhoda reminds me. Someone asked me what I thought of Heroes. I really do like Heroes. This is Vanquish Soul. Okay, I really got to lock in here. He's going to normal summon Raisin in this column here. Activate the effect. I throw... Ash on it. Is this where it... God, see, this is what's crazy, right? Is like, so this Raisin is going to contest a whole line here. So I almost got to... he normals Raisin, Raisin's effect. He's going to put Raisin here. There's no shot he doesn't. He goes normal Raisin, effect a Raisin. Do I just... Ash, Chain Book of Moon? Or he normal summons Raisin. Raisin effect, I attempt to SP. He chains a card in hand. Ash. No, I think we're okay, because Raisin has to see the column. So I think we do Ash this. And if he has any of the Saki one-ofs here. Yeah. Because if he goes Raisin effect, Chain SP, he bounces, card's not in the column. So better for me to throw this, probably. And depending on what he chains, I can book it. But it's kind of crazy. Oh, Raisinhead here contests this whole three of my entire disruptions are right here, and he contests every one of them. Interesting. I think, do I just book this here? Yeah, let's just... see if he chains anything here. No. I could have gone into battle phase and done that, I guess. But now, like, he has Holly Sue. You can reveal Holly Sue, stake your soul. What are you going to reveal? Give me some hand knowledge. At least, here's, like, the quote-unquote, the Jiaolong. Holly Sue's fine. Now, there should be some effects. We'll go... Still hell-bent on going battle phase, okay. That's okay. Oh, watch. This is gonna be great. Get cooked. Typhon, the crazy. Okay, so now we're gonna play against Vanquish Soul, so that means like this. I don't even know. Does Droll hurt them enough? See, this is where I hate it. So I'm gonna be signing Drolls. God, I hate signing Drolls. That's what the 2-1 of Floodgates are in there for, too, is like, because I hate Vanquish Soul as a matchup. So those 2 Floodgates kind of cook Vanquish Soul, and we can play under them. Okay, well, sweet. Checks out. I'm getting sacked by the grave. Nope. Sweet. This hand's not that great. This is like Vanquish Soul's gonna do what Vanquish Soul does best, which is like have like maybe 2 disrupt. I mean, like given like minimum of 2 disruptions, but like this hand is just not that good. Into 2 disruptions. Effect Veiler feels bad. Maybe I should have side out Effect Veiler. I feel like this is a good spot to throw Veiler, right? I mean, this is the only thing. If he Gets Holly Sue out and I throw Vela, he could just bounce. He definitely has like something to bounce, I feel like. Jiao Long on top of it all. And Jiao Long can summon itself. Nope, he has the K9 package, which is wild. Jackal, Dark Fire, Earth. You make a Zuna or Ripper Search. Yeah, this is his game. We'll let him go through it just so I can like watch him play a little bit better. Yeah, I think he just makes... Oh, he just makes Nash Knight here. That's enough. Nash Knight is more than enough. Unless my draw is really good. My draw is going to be a Pirelli or a Mulchummy or something. That's the way she goes. Or it's Faithful Turpin, which is... Let's see here if I can just search out a Gearfried. This add back, that add back a fire. Nash Knight gonna cook me here in a little bit. Or do I grab this? This? I think this right here would be like the longest play. I'll grab Museum. Museum could give me like longevity into disruptions in the sense of that I can move stuff forward, equipped, search. Add this. This kind of gives me just straight line to play. I think this is the way. I get hit with Droll. I get hit with Droll. Fun fact, I saw a few days ago on the since we just played Blue Eyes not too long ago, it's like a Blue Eyes Infernoble. Which at that point, man, like just play Blue Eyes. Okay. Let's see if they chain the Nash Knight here. Hopefully they don't. Sweet. Now, here's the thing, is they don't chain it here. I can go into SP. Because like, I've activated this, unfortunately, but I go SP, SP, attempt to do this, and I can SP dodge, and this right here. We'll see if they let it go through. There ain't no way. There ain't no way this, you know, he passes. Maybe I'll get lucky, maybe he'll misclick, but otherwise we're just gonna make SP. Attempt to banish this. He chains this, we'll get rid of Holly Sue, and then, oh, here we go. So he's gonna Snatch Steal. What did he reveal? I missed what he revealed. Okay. Let's see, you have to reveal an Earth and a Dark, so what he revealed. So he has an Earth and Dark. So I just gotta play through, because this doesn't target, right? Attach one face once around the field. Okay. We'll try. Again, like anyone who says this card's not in like an insane card is, you're on to something. You're coping, because this card is literally cracked. The fact that it does 3 things and 2, like all 3 of these things are insane is crazy. Like at minimum, man, she's a snatcher. She steals your cookies. Okay, perfect. Here comes Nash Knight. What the? Okay. I guess. I wish maybe I should check the log and see what they revealed. No, mind, like it's an Izuna, right? Okay, he has Caesar. Okay. Yeah, he has a Caesar. With Caesar, Rock had backfire. Dang. Yeah, we get cooked here by Caesar, I think. I should have just read the log before, and then we could have played around it. Oh. I think we go battle phase. Tend to go battle phase. He'll try and keep us in the main phase. Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Did I see that right? It's level 5. I don't know if this is a smart play or not, but I'm gonna do it. I'm frickin' doing it. I mean, it's something nonetheless, right? Because I get this back at the end turn, right? Yeah. I mean, it don't matter really, but... Yep. Dang, we did it. We gotta win. We almost lost that. If I would have... So, like, if I would have read the log to see what he revealed, I could have, like, easily played around the... So, like, the play was he should have on the summon a gear if we summon out Caesar pop, but he waited. So, yeah, like... But, anyway. We'll do probably one. We got time for one more. All right, well, Rock hasn't been failing me yet today. Okay, so yeah, during the draw phase, we'll fire this off. What could he have? He has something. Yeah, well, this hand's just weak. We get ashed here, we just kind of lose. He don't have ash, okay. Does he have Droll? No? Oh. I was like, uh-oh. Droll might do it. The wall is who we're playing against. Okay. Ghost Bell, okay. Can't stop the Ghost Bell. What else? He has something else to chain? Nibiru? Okay. Nib and Bell. Let's see here. Use that, pitch that, summon out that. That'd keep me a Book of Moon. It's either, no matter what, I only have 3 forms of disruption. 3 forms of disruption. 2 forms of disruption all I get. So I feel like if I go this, pitch Ash. Summon out, effect to equip, effect to special. That could potentially get me into... I don't know if this actually gets me anywhere, but we'll find out. Might regret throwing that Ash away. It might have been better just to pass and just... But we're going to try. See if we can... Okay, activate here. 25. And then see, this can special out. Let's see, special out, go up into... And maybe it's just... Maybe this is it. Guess I can go into Hida, but like, what good does Hida do? Hida, yeah, nothing. All right, I'll just pass on that. Wild. Because I put out Turpin for that. Crazy. Draco Tail. I think I do get cooked by Draco Tail. Should have just left out. Wild. Wild, wild. Yeah, well, now I'm down to just one disruption now. I mean, I can fuse. Oh, yeah, he can fuse now. Pitch and Rahu. Oh god, yeah, he cooks me here actually. Talking about the nib and that. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just go and add this. It don't matter. I think he cooks me because it says any battle damage I get. So this becomes... Yeah, he might actually get me here. That's kind of wild, actually. He might just squeeze it through because... Yeah. So 3, 6, 9. This is 9, I think. All because I was greedy with a soup. Greedy, but... It do be that way. If anything I've learned is a Super Poly is being played, so maybe it's might be smart to play around Super Poly again. Maybe it's time to put back in maybe Roland and Angel's Ring go in the side deck again. Yeah, that should be enough. I think he swings here and this becomes what, 9,000? 3, 6, yeah. This should be, I think if I read this right, this should be able to double my daddle damage, so. Yeah, and this should be able to swing and poke me exactly for 3,000. Yep. Alright, so I get to go first. Which, I guess, right? Yeah, that's an issue with this right here. So let's see if I do this. Try that. Can't even play, dude. That's just insane to me. That is literally so insane. Rick Yardetto has just stayed in my hand so many times. And then I see the 2 1-ofs, and that's just ridiculous. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Love it, love it. Can't even blame Yu-Gi-Oh, man. Simulators. You gotta love simulators. That's wild. Ricky Ardetto, like 4 times in all the games we played. It just floats to my hand. But like the 3 of like starters, or all the starters I play, it never seems to come. There ain't no way. We aren't playing either, buddy. Don't worry, the wall. You're pretty set, brother. We're not gonna be able to play at all. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Well, now we can play, I guess. But so that set card is probably, could be Super Poly, actually. Hold up. That's very true. Could be a Super Poly. Maybe that's, maybe. We'll see if it's Horn, actually. Or not, yeah, I think it's Horn. Yeah, we'll see if it's Horn. Go here. I'm gonna go battle phase. If it's Super Poly, we're just cooked regardless, right? Activate pitch. But if it's the card, if it's the trap card that bounces back. Okay. I feel like now we kind of... We're kind of loosely in control of the situation here. But yeah, maybe we do need to put in Angelica's ring and Roland again. Probably be good to do. This card's not that good against this deck, but... Add that. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and equip this here. I know he's on nib, so like he could potentially nib me, but he probably would have already nibbed me by now. Should have. Should have done this at the start in case he had nibs, so at least I'd get back the gear freed. Let's see here. There might be a way. I'd use this, grab this. Grab back the gear freed. I link up here. I think maybe it's overthinking it here, but we should be all right. We can now do this. To equip. No. Yeah. And then see how we can go gear freed. Oh man, we could have had, yeah. So the other line was we go Almus into Durandal into the Renaud special, add back gear free to activate this. We'd have had lethal here. That's upsetting. And yeah, dang. Yeah, so there was a line, there was a lethal line through here. I was thinking about it, but it just, yeah, that sucks. We still might be able to get lethal. Yeah, this is lethal, I think, with this right here. Just... Okay. Yeah, sweet. We had lethal, I guess. I thought, I can't read. I thought this was when attacking a monster, but... Yeah, that's tough enough for that. Alright, so now we know we're going... second. So I actually feel like Droll and Fu and Perilia don't do enough against this deck. Well, I mean... maybe that's it. Swap. So he's just trying to learn siding patterns and stuff like that. Trying to get those down. Hopefully this is enough. Should have. I think I didn't even add a Rise Heart in. I should have added a Rise Heart. I was thinking... No, I did. Okay, of course. Of course. Well, I thought I sided this freaking card out. I thought this was on the side out list. Oh, man. Well, great. Go figure. And it's like crazy. It's a Rise Heart out of all of them, man. Like, the one of Rise Heart that's a Rise Heart that's in my freaking deck list. Crazy. The one of goes in, which should have been sided out for something else, but... just wild, man. I just don't understand. Like, this computer algorithm's wild. Like, I hope... is it just me, or does my opponent see crazy one-ofs? Do they see just as crazy one-ofs as, like, I do? Or is it just, like, is it, like, something in my settings? Do I have the algorithm turned up to, like, hit me more? Just need to get... I just need to really sit down and get the siding patterns for this deck figured out. That's the issue I keep having. Because, like, I want to put in... Salamander Fusion, so when I know I go second, I can, you know, fuse and stuff. To potentially screen, like, go further for an OTK. But space. The Fenrir and Rysheart is pretty good because the Fenrir and Rysheart are a really good combination with this deck, especially with Yummy. So like Fenrir can like check the Yummies. One thing that's kind of fair about this deck is I have found that sometimes if Arthelion or Arthurion gets effect-veilet or impermed, like sometimes your turn sometimes just flat out ends, which is kind of wild. But he's going to get the set. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, Chainlink 3, set. Yep. Then he can normal summon them. Oh, he has a Femina as well. Okay. Probably makes a Gulamel here. Gulamel's pretty good. Then he uses the Urgula to add back put it to Vana, add back Femina, and then he has Femina plus the 2 trap. And I mean, this is still pretty decent. This is what makes this deck pretty crazy. It's low to the ceiling, but it does a lot. Hard to interact with. Hard to interact with. Even when you draw 0 interaction, it's just how it is. So Femina plus another set. Yeah, we'll try and fire this off. There's a brick sitting in my hand here. Yeah, so Femina, he'll draw into an unknown, which maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be like a Ketu or Rahu. Yep, okay. Pretty good. Okay. Quickly, we'll dump. I mean, like, I don't even know what we dump here. Horn. Bounce back. Okay, so let's see. What do we dump? Okay, so in order to extend... Grab this special out heritage. Yeah. Try this. So he has another. He has an Arth. He probably has a crazy Arthelion bounce coming up. We might be able to play through it. Femina. So it goes Femina here, Fuse. Yep. Checks out. Uses these two into the crown. Okay. Should not have put that there, but we did it anyway. Out of habit. So if that's an imperm, I deserve. I'll lose this. I deserve it. Oh, that sucks. This is literally like the worst, kind of like the worst one. Only control one attribute. Oh, well, no, never mind. That's right. Yeah, I was... Man, I just can't believe I did that. Playing into the imperm column. But it's alright. Everybody does it. Famina, yeah. Well, you can't imperm me anyway. This should have been like a Fu or something like that. If I win this off of this like miss side, then like I feel bad for the dude. And this guy's worded weirdly. I gotta remember that too. Cannot be used as fusion material. If a monster activates effect to special summon itself with the original, you can target one of those special summon monsters, banish that monster. Okay. Okay. Normal this. But I feel like I got to... send this right here. I don't know if this is the smart thing to do, but we're gonna do it. Okay. Yeah. So we'll go here. See if he triggers this now. Yep. So these get banished. Yeah, Mysterion. Battle phase. Special. I mean, that's pretty much all she wrote for us this turn, I think. Just hope they can't play. I mean, they can now play Rahu, Ketu. Any of those cards actually out this pretty well, actually. Yeah. You're gonna equip this card. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Brutal. Because now you can go Arthur Lion. Why wouldn't... Maybe it was... Maybe he drew Urgula. Say Urgula outs this, which is really cool. Draco Tail is like a very versatile deck. Oh, okay. Sweet. So he's going to go Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. Target, target. Which is okay, because this gets bounced back to my hand, which, I mean... Yeah, we'll just... Flame. Oh, double. Yeah, I forgot there was another Google Mill in there. Darn. They're all Earth. That's wild. You can Famine into a third one. Oh, wait. Why not? Oh, that might be. Yep. That's enough. Sweet, sweet dreams. Leave. Dang. Yeah, dude, this deck is like insanely. I don't think this deck does not do it. The simulators does not do this deck justice by any means. This deck is the simulators just hog on this deck, and I think it's because you do play a lot of one-ofs. Like, you know, you play one of each Infernoble name, but again, you play one of each Infernoble name. Why am I seeing Ricciardetto as my one of Infernoble all the time? You know, just certain little things like that. Not much more can be said. However, if Super Poly is gonna be being played, maybe it's time to put back in Roland and Angelica. I mean, like, that would be fine. Like, I mean, because you can at least play against... Yeah, then, like, at least you can counter the Super Poly play. But also, I feel like it'd be a decent card against, like, Yummy as well. Like, you know you're going first, so you put these cards in. Especially, you know... I feel like I got Super Poly by Blue Eyes. Yeah, Blue Eyes also. Blue Eyes Super Poly, which I don't know if Blue Eyes is consistently playing Super Poly, but still nonetheless, still pretty decent. Side deck, maybe that's the way to go. And then when you know you're going first, you side out. Maybe you side out Realm. And one of these, so these two go in. And then when you know you're going... That's it, is I don't have a lot of cards for going first. That's, like, the issue. So, like, the Yummy matchup right here... I guess these cards are going first, right? So, like, you're going first. It's not like a blowout card, you know what I mean? I do like the ability to play, Rivalry and stuff, but, like... It's just difficult. Maybe Finra is not the way to go. Maybe it's Finra without, Rise Heart, and we put in, like, Rivalry, and then you decide in 3 cards when you know you're going first. So then when you know you're going first, 3 cards come in, which could just easily just replace these 3 right here. Or, you know, 2, because you want to leave, like, a Fua in, so, like, you potentially can cross it out. Under the slight chance, like, the little to no chance, but at least you have it. At least there's a chance nonetheless. So then you would side out these 2, and then maybe, like, Realm. These 2 in Realm, and then you put in Roland, Angelica's Angel Ring, and a 3rd card to go first with. Which, I mean, we could just do Rivalry. Do Rivalry. Have 3 good going first cards. Now, I feel like if you incorporate the Angelica's Angel Ring plus Roland, like, against Dracotel, the matchup, like, you're just cooking him because Charles plus Angelica's Angel Ring and your whole inboard. And this card, it's just like Salmandra Chain's not too good against that matchup, but I mean, I guess because they confuse regardless, right? That's the thing, is like they confuse face down, so this card becomes less relevant in that matchup. So maybe you side out this and keep in the Flamesword Realm just because this is an extender and a push with attack, but it's very hard to gauge the deck when you're getting like these unalgorithmic, like, I think it's just the hands that aren't too great. That's why I enjoy, like, I have like the deck made over here to side test, to test like live and stuff like that, because like I feel like test hands and stuff do better than the algorithm. But yeah, so far, like I said, I think this is a pretty... I think what this deck does is what it does is fairish compared to like the other decks, right? So it's like kind of what makes it seem, but like what the deck does is still very good. I don't think you can like demean it down, you know what I mean? But I wish this card was still a 1-card combo. I wish like this card could have became a 1-card combo for the deck, but you are a 2-card combo deck, so it is what it is. But that's why like you play your non-engine works with this guy here. But a while, yeah, like you're seeing, we play 3, 6. We play a lot of starters, I feel like, even if you count this. play a lot of 2-card combos. We just weren't seeing them, but it is what. But also, that's the crazy thing is, like, if you open 2-card combo plus like a handful of hand traps, you're more than likely your 1-2-card combo is going to get stopped because, like, you just, you know, like, if you open 2-card combo, your first search gets ashed. You're like, well, gotta pass, which is why I like this guy, because this guy plays into hand traps pretty easy, and he gets you disruption sometimes, depending, you know, as long as you're extender. But that's why, like, normally with him, you normal summon this guy, you search out the flame sword, and then if they, like, you go heritage to search Renaud, and they ash that, and that's all you got, you go this to search this, and then you just set it, and then you, like, have 3 other hand traps in your hand, which most of the time, man, your 3 hand traps are going to be Fuwa plus Ash and Imperm, or Effect Veiler, Imperm, you know, something. There's always going to be Fuwa in your opening hand when you go first. That's the payoff. That's why maybe in the world you could, like, I don't know. The dice roll's never dependent, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. I'm still real upset about that hand, man. Like, there's, like, we opened, what was it, like, 1-for-1 Fuwa, Renault, or like Ricciardetto, and it's like, wow, that was like the first of it. Like, we saw Ricciardetto in the first hand, and it's like, man, if Ricciardetto wasn't here, like, that was like to show you, like, we have combo. That's why, like, Fuwa works in the deck in some ways, is because of that particular sequence there, or like another sequence. But, like, yeah, we just got smoked by variants, which that's one thing in the game you can never have control over. But anyway, guys, I think that's it for the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more streams coming up. Stay safe, stay healthy. This is Charles from Team COG signing out.